Good evening, everyone. I'll say good evening since it just turned 6 o'clock, and we are here at Yankee Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. And Bruce Hall with you. We are bringing you the round of 32 match play. Just got underway here because we did have a fair bit of time spent re-oiling. And we are just starting our round of 32 match play. It is the first round. Bruce Hall here with you with my broadcast partner, Mr. Chris Forey. Hi, Chris.
Good evening, everybody.
Welcome to the broadcast, everyone. Good to have you with us. And we are, like you said, Chris, we're just getting started. Took a while. We had 5 on a pair this morning. We had a re-oil that took a while. We're using lanes 1 through 32 on the round of 32 match play. We normally don't do that. We normally double up this round, Chris.
Yeah, yep. The house wanted to try and spread it out, but that's all right. Something different.
Yep, and then after this, we'll pare it down to the first 16 lanes. Our feature pair are 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we will have 9 and 10 as the finals, and we'll be using 1 through 16 after this round. We are on an interesting pattern, Chris. It is of course, Jeff Barden has added $5,000 to this total weekend. Yesterday we had the women and seniors, and we have $2,000 added to the singles event today. And a very interesting pattern. It is the 2007 European Bowlers Tour Ankara Open.
Well, I don't even know where that is.
I don't know where these things come. I asked somebody where Ankara is. If anybody wants to weigh in, we could use the education. It is 37 feet, 4.29 to 1, 23.4 mils. Played fairly tricky, Chris. Tell us to say the least, tell us your take on the pattern and how guys are going to be attacking it today.
Say a prayer.
A little prayer for you?
Oh, my. It's
well, the scores weren't that bad. I mean, it was.
No, they weren't bad, but they're definitely. It definitely kept scoring paces down. It was definitely a pair-to-pair thing. Obviously, first time for me being in the building. I can just say we started on 19 and 20, and our first shots on 19 just kept going left to the headpin every shot, and we're like, man, they're curving. But then we go in the other lane, they weren't that bad.
Yeah.
Webb's on 15 and 16 right now, and Webb goes, watch me on 15. He said, I'm 10 left already, and I said, my ball won't get to the headpin.
Well, it's a very interesting lane surface here. It is a regular HPL front end.
Anvil lane in the
back. And then a Guardian back end.
Is that Guardian? It's not Anvil lane?
It is Guardian. And Guardian is
super soft.
Guardian is a super soft, and it's 23 years old, I think.
Oh, we thought that was Anvil lane back there.
No, it's Guardian.
Wow.
It's really soft. That's why it's hooking. So you can see sometimes the ball actually
jumps
between the heads and the mid panels. And once the thing picks up in that mid lane, it goes. And you can see that there was zero hold, really. Not much anyway on the pattern, and I think the Guardian contributed to it. That said, I will tell you that this 37-foot pattern, and yesterday we had 37 or 36 feet, it played like 40 for me. I mean, it's not like yesterday wasn't snapping as hard as it was here.
Yeah, today the ball's curved instantly in the mid lane.
Well, I think it's the mid lane that does it, but a lot of times when you see a short pattern and you miss, it picks up on the back half, the back third of the lane.
Here it was like right off that panel.
Right off the panel. So even though you may not necessarily even be off the pattern, now the thing about the pattern, if you look at the picture of it, Chris, there's a lot of reverse, and a lot of the crown comes from the reverse. Yeah. So I think and they're generally less volume on those passes.
And urethane looked not great.
You
would see on one pair it looked okay. Like here we just see Viale's shot just 210.
Yep.
There'll be sometimes you're like, oh, urethane. Like I watched Monroy shoot 270 with urethane game 4 this morning.
I shot 259 game 2 with it right off 2.
And I'm like, oh man, I'm like, boy, he's looking good. But then he goes to the next pair and he worked hard to shoot a 180.
Right. Oh, and every pair was like that. I think it's just the nature of, and even the fronts are 20 years old or 18 years old or something.
Yeah.
We'll get Jeff on here. And he'll tell us for sure what the ages are. But
very interesting. It was I've said this to you the other day when you and I texted back and forth about the pattern. Like it goes around, people start talking. Hey, what do you think I need? This and that. Good try. As I always say, somebody's going to bowl good, and somebody's going to bowl bad.
That's exactly right. And when we look at who bowled good, Dennis Bissonette, who shot under his first block, re-enters and becomes high qualifier at plus 161, 1161. Aaron Major was high this morning at 1155. That said, it is absolutely not a left-handed favorable pattern, believe me. This morning's cut was 10:55. Sunday's 12:30 cut to 10:47. Last night it was 35 under, but there were so few entries. Gaskell shot plus 75, and Rob Green ended up 965 and was the cut last night. So the at-large ended up being 10-31, and then we took one super senior, which was Tim Elsis, which bumped Randall Dunbar, which got him a check.
It did,
and Ditto Fitzpatrick was first out, and he won the ball. And then 2 pins under that was some idiot named Bruce Hall. So what a shame. But that's how it goes. We're crying in our beer here.
I'm not. I just feel like I said to you when we sat down off air, is just got to get better. You got to get better.
Absolutely. Don't miss a 7-pin, and I'm in.
I missed like 3 10-pins because I will say the ball hooked. Even though I could throw a pretty straight ball at a 10-pin, my ball would actually hook in the front of the lane. I saw Andrew. I said Andrew had the best idea of shooting a 10-pin. He airmailed the ball to the
that's what
over the heads.
Doing. Yeah, that's what he started
doing.
Because
I literally missed 2 to the left, and I'm like, how do you throw a straight ball and miss left?
Right.
Because the ball would just pick up. So it was.
Now that said, we do have 16 matches going on, Chris. It's going to be hard to track them all. Our feature pair, obviously, here has got Gass against Randy Hagemoser. We've got Tyler Levesque against NEBA President Chris Viali right in front of us. Just to the right here, we got Dennis Bissonette, high qualifier, up on lane 9. Now, Gass yesterday carrying the water for the live stream. Thanks very much for that. Gave me a break. I was high qualifier yesterday and got to the top 4.
Very nice.
Beat by a returning Tony Renaud.
I was so happy to see that. Not that he beat you, but
I was so glad. If there was a guy you have to lose to, I was so glad to see Tony. He threw it really well. I mean, he worked the pattern. Yesterday was similar to this, except with a little bit more bounce on the outside, a little bit more hold in the middle.
Yeah.
So it definitely was more playable than this was. That cut was 55 over. I managed 200-something over on it. I bowled well on it. But nobody really crushed it, then either. But it was.
Yeah, I went on the live thing and I saw it was him. I went on the Google Doc and I saw it was him against Kirker. Didn't see what happened going up to that. So I thought it was live, but it was already.
I drew Steve Gagnon, my friend from Canada.
Canada,
Sorry, French Canadian. And we bowled together on the tour in the Midwest.
That guy's really nice.
And great guy. And him and Dave Samard are down and some guys. And I shot 260 at him playing my old line, even though we don't re-oil for the seniors. Then what happened, I had to move. I needed to zone in and ball up, and I didn't do it. So, it's one game match.
Now we see the trickiness of the pattern here. Like I said, Wiley's throwing a booyah.
That's a booyah, yeah.
And we can see, 210, 6-pin.
Yeah.
They are, and we look over pair to the right, which you might see on air. We see Rob Green. We see some strikes, but it was easy. You could throw a triple. Then all of a sudden you could just be like, you'd feel good about yourself. And then you wouldn't strike for 6 frames.
Well, then you move to another pair. And that's
or you finished a good, like you said, you would finish a game really strong. You're like, okay, hey, I'm going to be ready for the next one. You go to the next one, your ball just blow by the head pin.
That's right.
And you're like, and then you move for the spare and your ball go the other direction.
The other way. That's right.
So
got some announcements here, Chris. Shout out to Frankie Kalka, who's could not have come because he was sick. Joe Scienna, our friend from
I know we got all kinds of health.
In with a triple bypass, and Clay Schwartz has sent a message for us, shouting out to Don McLaren, who's actually the manager at Wamaset Lanes.
Owner
of Wamaset Lanes.
Him and his son, yep.
And him and his son, yeah. So shout out to them. I know they're having some issues, and Clay sends his best to those folks, and we will revisit that later in some of the future broadcasts. But also we have our Paul Forey qualifiers.
We do. I survived that.
You did survive that, and so did Adam Zimmerman at minus 82. He was the cut today with Aaron Major, of course, leading. And then we have Major, Bill Webb, Peter Fox, Alex Aguiar, Jay Johnson, Chris Monroy, Tyler Hearn, Mike Mirable, Randy Hagemoser, Randall Dunbar, Steve Blanchette, Jeremy Hartbarger, Kevin Tebow, Tarek Joyner, Tom Coco, Dennis Bissonette, Chris Forey, Stephen Major, Chris Soule, Stephen Dale, yours truly, Chris Viali, Sean Ditto E. Fitzpatrick,
King Ding-a-ling,
Amanda Broge, Jeremy Bolito, Andrew Hall, John Kirker, John Becker, Justin Veal, Mark Bouchard, Colby Hagemoser, and Adam Zimmerman at 82 under will advance to Norwich, which is coming up on 12-10 and 12-11. How they finish in that tournament is no longer the 9 a.m. squad, right?
Now bowl as much as you want, but you better get to the finals if you want to make the money.
Final. It's what your final position is there, and the top 20 of these 32
We'll
get a
cash.
check, and there's a top $2,000 on top.
$2,000 on
and
top.
a $10,000 prize list. Thank you so much, Chris, for that. And,
You're welcome.
What a tribute to your dad,
Oh,
Paul
that's a
Forey.
ringer.
And everybody's going around talking about, did you make the ball for it? Did you make the ball for it? So it's your dad's name is rolling off everyone's tongue. So it's kind of fun.
Like I said,
know,
it's
that's
a
happening, so.
like you did for your father. It's a great honor for my family. And I was talking to a good friend of mine, Mr. Henry Blau, unfortunately, who he's from where I grew up bowling at, and I said, oh, we do this for my father, and he's like, oh, that's pretty incredible. You guys do that. So just a way of honoring him, and it'll be. I think the final event will be the most emotional one. So.
Did we? I read on here no sound. Jimmy Clark, and by the way, congratulations to Mallory who wins the women's event.
We still have no sound. If somebody could tell us,
can someone else tell us? Oh, Ankara is the capital of Turkey, so someone heard that. Daryl Washington, thank you, Daryl. Checked in, and Sonia West.
Because obviously this person knows that I'm on.
Yeah. So Chris Forey. Okay. So there we go. Yeah, if you can check in and let us know the sound quality. Daryl Washington, no problem with sound. Thank you, my friend. That's good. So I think we are okay.
Riley with a ball change.
And
rips the rack.
There he goes. How are we doing here? We've got Tiller.
Tiller
Levesque. That's his Tyler. His friends call him Tiller. Sorry. He's +7. And unfortunately, Viali cruising at 176 pace, right? Yeah. And so Tiller with a very good lead in this match. How's our friend and broadcast partner Gass doing over here?
Right now, Randy's got spare strike, spare triple, so he's down. He's down by about 36.
Yeah, because he's got an open and no doubles. So yeah, that's not good. So Phillies just won, Chris.
Did the Phillies win?
They did win.
Get the hell out of here.
People are checking in.
My wife said to me,
they just told you.
They just won 4-3.
They won 4-3.
World Series.
Okay, take it easy. World Series for the Phillies. Congratulations.
My wife texted me, and she goes, ugh, Phillies, because I guess they were losing 3-2 in the ninth.
Right. But now they've come back.
Bryce Harper sends them off two-run homer to finish the game in the bottom of the ninth.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yes, I was getting ready to buy a ticket to go to San Diego this week to watch a game.
Well, there you go. Well, now
I don't have to.
Are there. So, also wanted to. I don't know if the Yankees got.
Yankees are going to get swept by tonight.
They're going to get swept by the
tonight.
Astros.
Tonight they'll get swept.
It'll be later tonight. So, apologies to Yankees fans.
Sorry, Ollie Dimes out there.
And there's a trip for
keeping him in the match
for El Presidente, Mr. Chris Viali.
Down by 31.
Chris's term is winding down, and starting January, you will have a new president, NEBA, and his name is Bruce Hall. Imagine that. I got big shoes to fill.
You have a lot of big shoes.
You and then Viali.
We worked hard to get towards that.
You guys have been amazing. So
we're not leaving you though.
Really
we're not leaving you.
Big shoes to please. I said I need confidants. I need people.
What do they say when the president has a cabinet, right?
A cabinet.
You're gonna have your own cabinet.
Well, Stephen Major is second vice president.
No, you have your own little, but we're not going anywhere. We're going to take care of the sponsor stuff and the things we do already. So
I really appreciate.
We're going to be here to help guide everybody. So
NEBA is a team. We say it over and over. It's run by the bowlers for the bowlers, and so all we want is the best for the club. Completely transparent finances, great entries. We have great staff. There's just so much going for NEBA out there. We're so happy for that. Hey, some upcoming events, my friend. Non-champs coming up. DJ's Pro Shop. John Zwalik hosting the non-champ event on 11/12. That's November 12th.
Are we at Auburn?
At Auburn. And the new manager there, Natalie Berkowitz, will be there.
That's pretty cool. I just found that out.
Yeah, Natalie was down in Somerset.
Yep, she's been from Chicopee to Somerset.
She's been coming back up to. That's right. She was at.
And she was assistant at
Shrewsbury. Assistant at Shrewsbury.
She's been around.
That's where
which is good.
I met her. Yeah.
Tells you you're doing a good job.
So good for her. And of course, Ivy, the new Ivy Hudson, the new district manager.
Is that where she went from Auburn to there?
Ivy was the manager at Shrewsbury, and she's moved up to the district manager now.
Oh, okay.
So she took
he whiffed
Rob
that.
Califano's
Look at these frames for Dennis.
Let's see.
9 out, 9 out, 9 out. And he was winning.
I know he's been in a lot of pain with his forearm.
He changed his whole fit this week. I saw a post on that.
Has he? Okay, yeah. He's had a lot of pain there But
So he's
now
not wearing the.
He's out of this match.
That's a washout. Oh, got it back and
roll
rolled it too.
Oh, couldn't roll it. Meantime,
He's not wearing the compression thing on his arm today, so I don't know if he's feeling better.
No.
Gaskell rolled one, but he's pretty much out of wood.
Let's see. Yeah, we can.
He's
Obviously, we're not going to be able to bring you the results of these matches since we literally are on behind 7 and 8, and they're going on in 31 and 2.
And we sit like low. We usually sit a little bit higher than some of the stuff, so we can see out. But it's a little harder to see.
Right. I just watched Andrew flag a 3-6. So I asked him to give me a 5-frame update. He's bowling Amanda Broge, way up on 23 and 4, I think. So I asked him to
my wife sent me a big text. Phillies win.
Phillies win. That's great.
Bryce Harper. I think he had like
home run
9 extra base hits in this round of the playoffs.
Wow, good for him. That's fantastic.
Well, you pay him $35 million a year. He better do something.
Chris, after the non-champs, we come up to the TOC, which is on November 13th. Storm Roto 900 is the sponsor for that event. That also will be at Auburn. Then we wrap up the year with a senior event on December 10th, the Better Bowling Concepts Senior Singles down in Norwich. And then on the 10th and 11th, we have the very last stop of the Paul Ford Memorial, our last event of the year, and it will be the Idea Bowling Concepts Singles in Norwich. So just 2 more events coming up, one in November, one in December.
And the schedule, I believe, will be announced. Talking to Chris, the schedule is now finalized other than the youth event potentially. So that should be
Alley we're talking about.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
So that should be announced here. We were just talking about that at the break. Probably this next week or whatever, we should have that up.
And
so
that will obviously be news on the website, including
the 1000th event
for our 1000th event. I can't say enough about it.
Looking forward to that.
We've got a lot going on, and I think we know where it's going to be. We can't say yet, though.
We just want to confirm that. Just to.
So we're very close, and
make sure our math is right.
Tiller is going to actually, this is event number 982. We figured out. So we're 18 away. So we're actually
19,
1,
20.
2, 3, 4. So we'll enter the year with 3, 4.
That'd be 86
5,
total.
6. So we'll enter the year in 987. So it'll be our 13th event. Will be 1,000.
That's 982
that's
or
2? Yeah, I'm sorry. That's
so
my
2,
crazy writing.
3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah. So this
987
last one. So 987 will start the year.
Right. And then we counted it up when we figured it out, I think.
Yes, we believe we know it. We want to make sure the schedule gets posted before we.
And we have a specific center in mind. It'll be very exciting. There'll be a lot of festivities. We might even run 2 Saturday squads. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of added money. We haven't
confirmed
announced anything yet, but it's going to be pretty amazing. And let's get some national press on that, too.
We should.
That's pretty unprecedented.
That's pretty impressive stuff there.
1,000th event.
Give him your pen.
There you go. Sorry. Tiller needs to write down his win here. 233-170 over Chris Vialli. And it looks like Mr. Gass is going to get annihilated by Randy Hagamoser, who shoots 270.
I think can you see Gagnon there? It's like 182 for Zimmerman. It was 182, and
Zimmerman and
that's 202. So Gagnon moves on.
Looks like Adams Adams shoeing up to take off, and looks like Steve Gagnon will move on. And of course,
hard to read the boards.
Yeah, these are small scores. These
small, and then the colors in the back don't help either.
Yeah, they're the old Brunswicks, and we'll go from there. So, see Tom Coco moving around. Looks like he's moving to his next match.
Do you want to fill in a little bit, or we'll get another one anyway.
We'll get an update. So let's actually, Chris, I think we can sign off. We're done in our matches here, and we'll be right back for the round of 16. Okay? All right. We'll talk to everybody soon.